The more you trade, the more you realize it's really about managing your emotions and controlling your natural tendencies. The best traders out there, not necessarily the ones that are super smart or the most experienced. Instead, they are the ones who keep working on the weaknesses and emotions until they have a good grip on them. They stick to the rules, to a well-defined strategy that works for them without breaking any rules. The main problem of 95% of all traders isn't finding the right system. It's actually sticking to the system that works for them, a set of rules that works for them without breaking the rules. Hey there, Tom here from FIBONACCI'S.com with the daily market recap. Please hit the like, subscribe, share with friends, and without any further ado, let's see the charts. CPI numbers came out better than expected. SPY broke up, gapped up above the 444, but ended with a doji. Not much of price action after the gap up. Now we have 444 from resistance to support. Below it, this gap, today's gap, will get filled, and 440 will be the next support. This trend line goes all the way back to November 2022, and as you can see, each and every time SPY reached this area, it got rejected. Now with this doji, let's see if bulls of SPY finally can break up and above this trend line towards 456 and 475 till the end of 2023. Let me know what do you think, where SPY will end 2023. 480, 460, 450. Let me know in the comments below. Really interesting to know, what do you think? QQQ, CPI or no CPI, 373 is still very tough resistance. Now we have the gap at the 368. More than 80% of all gaps will get filled throughout time, and for the bulls, better sooner than later. 367 will be the support, breaking up and above, long continuation above 374 towards 380 and 390. I would like to see the end of the week, this week closing above 374, which will give the bulls more power towards the 390. IWM breaking above and staying above the 190. Now we have a gap to the downside at the 190.2. Let's see where IWM will end this week. We can take Fibonacci, clean the chart. We can take Fibonacci, swing low, swing high. Preferred like this. Next will be the 193, look left. Very important level of support and resistance above 193. We are heading towards 200s, but we have this gap. Then the 189 needs to hold. Ethereum, nothing. As you can see, very tight price range in the past few days or so. 1900 to the upside, 1833 to the downside. Below this one, in my opinion, 1700s will be next. Above 1900, we are heading towards 1980 and the 21 area. Dow Jones, 345. You know these levels because we drew these levels few weeks back. Levels work perfectly for future resistance and support. Dow Jones, let's see if they have a gap on the Dow. The high of this candle is 342.92. This one is 343.15. We have a slight gap over here. In my opinion, slight pullback, and then next leg up towards the 345. 341 is now the support. Bitcoin, 21, 22 days and counting of sideways move. 29,900 to the downside. Below it, we are heading towards the 27. 31,500 to the upside. Above it, 36,500. For now, if you are not in Bitcoin, short or long, this is not the time to take decisions, because as you can see, the market is an indecision state. Wait for market to show you where it wants Bitcoin to go. Long above, short below. SOXX 517, 518, still a very tough resistance, breaking up and above. We are heading towards the 580. Below 497 we have 481, and then the gap at the 462. Remember, more than 80% of all gaps will get filled throughout time. We have a slight gap over here. In my opinion, during this week, this gap will get filled, and we have a triple top scenario. Be careful. The more a resistance become tough for the bulls might give up. So we need a weekly close above 517. Natural gas, 257 to the downside, 270 to the upside. Long continuation above 270 towards 287, and then towards this trend line to the upside, breaking below the 257. We are heading towards this trend line to the downside. Gold breaking above the 1960. Now 1980 will be the next very tough resistance. Look left. It was major support, tough resistance. So now high probability 1980 will become a very tough resistance. Oil continuing above the 74. Next will be the 76.80. In my opinion, this area will become a very tough resistance for oil bulls. Why? First, because it's the 618 Fibonacci retracement, and also look left. From support, resistance, you see price hovering around this area, the 67, 68 area. Support, resistance, high probability this resistance will become once again very tough on the bulls. Apple, another day, another doji. Not much of a price action on Apple since end of June. As you can see, 189, 190 is holding as support. Doji, below this one, we are heading towards this trend line over here. As you can see, since end of June, each and every candle, lower highs, lower lows, some kind of a retracement on Apple, but always zoom out. Apple, uptrend until proven otherwise. This trend line needs to hold. Otherwise, 184, and then this trend line over here. If you like what you see, what you hear, please hit the like, subscribe, share with friends, will be much appreciated. Also, don't be shy. Comment below any feedback, any suggestion, any thought that you have. Share. Let's grow together. AMD, we have some kind of a broadening formation on the short term, but let's clean the chart. 116, once again, very tough resistance from support to resistance. Now 111 to the downside, below it 106. I want to see AMD closing the week above 116, and then this double bottom scenario will get validated towards 123 and back to 132. Meta, nothing stops Meta. Uptrend until proven otherwise. Stop listening to all those gurus, furus, and all the YouTubers that says that Meta is at the end of its road for this bull run, because as we can see, nothing stops Meta until this gap at the 316 will get filled. 320, then will become the resistance. Usually once a gap is getting filled, we get a retracement, we get a pullback. Let's see. Bulls of Meta, are you strong enough to close the gap and continue towards 350? Tesla, moving sideways in the past few sessions or so. 273, 265. This gap is still open. We have the gap over here at the 264 area each and every day. Lower highs, lower lows. Bulls of Tesla are resting. Long continuation above 283 towards this trend line over here. Shopify. Can we get Shopify finally breaking above this area? Above this area, in my opinion, Shopify is heading towards 76 and then 82. Looking good. Let's see where Shopify will end this week. 2 more days on this week. Bulls sentiment is here. Long with all the levels to the downside. As future support, we have a gap over here, as you can see. Today's gap. Let's see continuation above this trend line towards 67 and then 76 and 82. And of course, it's only my opinion. Take under consideration that I don't know what I'm talking about. Always do your own due diligence. Never follow blindly anyone on social media, paid, free services, and it doesn't really matter how many YouTube subscribers they have, how many Twitter followers they have. Take under consideration that no one knows better than you. Once you put on the work, you do your homework, you dedicate your social life to become a better trader each and every day. You want to become a better trader? Check the links in the description below. We have the Fibonacci's playlist academy. 25 videos already, free, of course. Start there. Get better at trading, technical side, the psychology behind trading. Each and every day, you want to become the highest, take your journey to the highest level. We have the Fibonacci-Traders program, online program. We have the Fibonacci-Traders Mentorship one-on-one live program. Both programs will gain you lifetime access for support, guidance, and of course all Discord channels. No other, as far as I know, no other programs out there gives you lifetime access almost 24/7 until you will become your own indicator. Fibonacci traders, we are not an alert service. We are here to guide you and support you with all the tools that we can provide and we have, so you will become your own indicator. You will do your own strategy. Riot 1880, now resistance 1620, the support below 1620. We are heading towards this trend line. From resistance, this trend line needs to hold the support before the next leg up. Mara trend line from resistance to support. Let's see continuation towards 1890, above it 2350, and then 30 and 35 will be next. Nvidia, nothing stops Nvidia. Trend lines are the true support, resistance for price action. Resistance and then support. Now 440, here we are. Can bulls on Nvidia close the week above 440? If so, next we are heading towards 590 and 560. Netflix earnings coming up next week. 450 to the upside. As you can see, several dojis. Indecision on Netflix. Looks like the market is waiting for Netflix report. 550 to the upside, above it 560 in my opinion. Below it, this trend line will get below 430. This trend line needs to hold, otherwise this gap 417 is the support. Below it we have a double top scenario all the way towards 383 and then 341. More than 80% of these gaps will get filled. These two or all three of them. Don't be surprised if all three of them will get filled. Microsoft gapping up, staying above the 336. We have another gap over here to the downside. But as you can see, 343 is still a tough resistance. Above it, 351. Let's see if Microsoft can close the week above 343 or still in this range. And as you can see, we have broad information. Microsoft, Google, doesn't matter CPI numbers or any other report, trend lines are the true support resistance for price action. This gap is filled. 118 now is the support. Below it, this gap, and then we are heading towards the gap at the 113, 112. But the most important part is follow price and really understand the in-depth relationship between price action, aka candlesticks, trend lines, and Fibonacci levels. They are the true roadmap for future price action. Amazon, another day, another doji, still inside this box. 127 to the downside, 131 to the upside. We still have time for Amazon earnings. Long above 131 towards 143. Short below 127 towards all these levels to the downside. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the like, subscribe, share with friends, will be much appreciated. Don't forget to check the links in the description below for more educational resources. Until the next video, stay safe.